If your father comes to you and says, "Isn't it enough?" He started the conversation by saying, "Isn't it enough?" You will know that after that statement, something huge is going to come. He's going to remind you of something very big. Yani, if he gave you $100 and he bought you a car, or he put you into a medical school, he's not going to remind you about the $100. He's going to tell you, "Isn't it enough that I put you into medical school?" وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلِ الْأَعْلَى. And to Allah belongs the best example. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِهِمْ. Isn't it enough for you? Allah is telling us, is it enough for you? What is He going to remind us of? Isn't it enough that I made the blood circulate smoothly in your body? Isn't it enough for you that I gave you free oxygen 24/7? What does Allah Azza wa Jal is reminding us of? Because His blessings are countless. So when He is reminding us, He will remind us of the best ni'mah, best blessing He ever bestowed upon us. What is that ni'mah? أَوَلَمْ يَكْفِهِمْ أَنَّا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ يُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ. Isn't it enough for them that I have revealed the book, the Qur'an, to you, Ya Mohamad, and it is constantly being recited to them? Allahu Akbar. My brothers and sisters, this is literally one of the best ni'mas that Allah Azza wa Jal bestowed upon us. Are we feeling this blessing? One night after Isha, I asked two brothers the same question. One of them who knows a little bit of Arabic, and another who does not know much Arabic. So I asked the one who does not know much Arabic, "What did you think about the recitation tonight in Isha?" He said, "It was comforting, it was peaceful. I felt a smile on my face." And I asked the same question to the brother who understands a little bit of Arabic for the same ayat. He said, "It brought tears to my eyes. I was trembling because these are the toughest ayat describing the hellfire." When we get used to listening to the Qur'an with absolutely no contemplation, with absolutely no thinking, no khashya, rather just a superficial obsession with the beautiful sound of someone's voice, then we should be very worried that this ayah I'm about to recite is addressing us. Lend me your heart, please. This is extremely important topic. The shaitan has fooled us all and made us concentrate a lot on reading and memorizing and listening to the Qur'an, which they are all great, but they are all tools. We have competitions of reading, competition for memorization. Have you ever heard of competition for tadabbur? Let's do a competition who understand the Qur'an the most. Listen carefully. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Don't they ponder upon the Qur'an, or are there locks upon their hearts? Now, in the Arabic language, when the particle am comes between two statements, it means there are only two possibilities. The one before M and the one after M. Alif ma, alif mim. There's no third possibility. So Allah Azza wa Jal is saying here, either they ponder upon the Qur'an, or the other option, their hearts are locked. Wallahi, this is very scary. Either they ponder upon the Qur'an, either they are understanding and they're contemplating upon the Qur'an, or the other option, there's no third, there are locks upon their hearts. This is Allah Azza wa Jal saying it in Surah Mohamad. Tayyib. My brothers and sisters, we cannot afford spiritually and intellectually to allow the purpose of the Qur'an to be reduced to just beautiful voices. But brother, I do not know Arabic, which is the majority of us. And by the way, there's a misconception that people think that every Arab understands the whole Qur'an. This is not true. Brother, I do not know Arabic. My beloved brother, my beloved sister, on your ladder of priorities, where does learning Arabic land? On your level of priorities, where does learning Arabic, understanding the Qur'an, implementing the Qur'an, saving myself in the dunya and in the akhirah, where does that land? How much effort did you put to learn the Arabic so you can understand the Qur'an, not just to talk with Arab, to understand the Qur'an? And you don't have to become a master in the Arabic, just to understand when the Shaykh is reciting ayat of the Qur'an, you're not putting a smile in your face. Ayat of Jahannam, you're not smiling, oh beautiful voice. He's saying ayat that shake mountains. Where is that? Where in your level of priorities, where does that go? Where is it? Is it there? Is it even there? I put 10 years to become a doctor. I put 6, 7 years to become an IT expert. I put 5, 8 years to become a lawyer, accountant, whatever. Where or how much did I put to understand the Qur'an? How much did I put? How much effort did I put? Did I even initiate that effort so Allah can make it easy for me? Because the two options, either you understand and contemplate, not just read, not to know how to read. Either you understand and have tadabbur of the Qur'an, or the other option is that the heart is locked. By the time we learn Arabic and understand, what is our excuse with the technology right now? That the Qur'an in your pocket have tafsir of every single language that you wish. No tafsir, translation of every single language that you look for. We ran out of excuses. There are no more excuses in front of Allah. What do you speak? Urdu, Bengali, Hindi, Indonesian, whatever you speak, there is a tafsir, there is a translation. While you are reading, let me see what does Allah, what did the scholars who dedicate their life to explain this Quran, what did they get from this ayah? Just read, ya akhi, just read. We read the Quran with the intention how to get to the end of the surah, because we want to get the ajr. So are you saying that there is no reward if I read the Quran without understanding? I never said that. You will get the ajr inshallah, every letter 10 hasana. But is that the reason why the Quran was revealed? Is just to be read and memorized and listened to? Let's see what the one who revealed the Quran says. كتاب أنزلناه إليك مبارك. This book, ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we have revealed it to you full of barakah. What should we do with it, ya Allah? ليقرأوا آياته ليسمعوا آياته ليحفظوا آياته. No, ليدبروا آياته. It did not say to read or to memorize. All the reading and the memorizing and the listening, these are all tools to get the purpose of revelation of the Qur'an, which Allah said, لِيَتَدَبَّرُوا آيَاتِهِ. So they can ponder, not suwarih, ayatih, to ponder upon every single ayah. That is the reason for the revelation of the Qur'an. I'm not here to put anyone down. We are all guilty. But we need to find a way to remove these locks. Some of the tools that we can use in order to be able to ponder upon the Qur'an, to have tadabbur. This is for everybody, the one who knows Arabic and the one who does not know Arabic. First, please listen carefully, approach the Qur'an with the mindset that this is a perfect book. This is a revelation from Allah. I am actually about to open the book and read the words of Allah. It is perfect. Tell that to yourself before you open and you start reading. This is a perfect book. Because we are in an era where we love to criticize, critique. We finish eating pizza, review. We finish going to supermarket, review. I did not like the service. We finished buying a suit, review. I don't want you to go and open the Qur'an with that mindset. I don't like this ayah, 1 star. No! Approach it with perfection. This is a perfect book. If I do not understand the ayah, the problem is in me, not in the book. This is the way you have to approach it. Allah Azza wa Jal said, listen, subhanallah, كتاب أحكمت آياته ثم فصلت من لدن حكيم خبير. Allahu Akbar. A book that every ayah in it is perfected, then detailed, explained in details. From who? From the all-wise, the all-expert. Are you listening? This book, Allah is telling us, the one who revealed the book, this book, don't even think, لا ريب فيه. There's no doubt. Don't approach it with, let me try. No. I'm going to do my best to understand the Qur'an. So first, we have to approach the Qur'an that this is a perfect book. There's nothing, no speck of doubt in it. Second, approach the Qur'an while knowing the purpose. Approach the Qur'an that this book is Noor. Allah called it Noor. It will lighten up my life. This book is Huda. This book is guidance. It will guide me to what's wrong and what's right. This book is Tanzeel. It's authority confirmed. This book is Shifa. It's a cure to my physical and spiritual problems. This book is Rahmah. This book is full of mercy. Approach it with the names of Allah, the names that Allah named His book. Approach it from that perspective, that you know what you're reading. I'm not just reading here in order to find faults. No, no, no. I am reading to get the Noor and to get the guidance and to get the Rahmah and to get the Shifa. Third, approach this Qur'an with the intention that you want to apply what you read or what you heard. When we apply what we read, Allah Azza wa Jal will open up more ayat to be understood. I read this ayah, I apply it, Allah will open my mind and my heart to understand more ayat. But if I just read without applying, then nothing's going to happen. For example, You are reading simple Arabic. حافظوا على الصلوات. Allah said, be consistent. Guard strictly your salat. Khalas. Every salat on time. No way I'm missing Fajr anymore. Wallahi, you will find out that next time you read the Qur'an, you will find another ayah opened up. Allah Azza wa Jal said, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. While you're reading Surah An-Nur, you read, Ya Muhammad, tell the believing men, tell the believing women to lower their gaze. Khalas, no more watching haram. No more watching haram. I stop. Every time I see something in front of me, in the supermarket, on the street, on the TV, I lower my gaze. I do not go to places where haram is widespread. I want to apply this ayah. When Allah Azza wa Jal said, while you're reading Surah Al-Baqarah, you read part of an ayah that said, وَلَا تَنْسَوْا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ. وَلَا تَنْسَوْا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ. Do not forget the fadl, the good, the kindness that took place between you. That means here, husband and wife. Do you see what's happening when divorce takes place? Well, I'm going to suck his blood. I'm going to show him in courts. لا تنسوا الفضل بينكم. You know who this ayah was revealed to? You're not going to believe. This ayah was revealed to someone came to Epic, got married, wrote his nikah. On his way to the banquet hall, he decided to divorce his wife. وَلَمْ تَمَسُّوا. You did not touch your wife yet. No intimacy took place. This part of the verse came to the people who got married but did not consummate the marriage. So the relationship is day, 2, week, 3. That's it. Allah is telling them, do not forget the fadl between you. They just met. How about the one who's married for 10, 15, 20 years? How about the one who has 5, 6 kids with his wife? If the fadl, Allah is reminding the people who just met, do not forget the fadl. Read it, Surah Al-Baqarah. Do not forget the fadl between you. I read this ayah, I remember, wallahi. My wife, please forgive me. The wife comes to the husband. Subhanallah, what happened to us? What happened to us? What happened? Let's forget and forgive. Let's get rid of the shaitan out of our house. When we read and apply, everything will be completely different. This is the way how to approach the Qur'an. You will find complete change when you find out that you're approaching the Qur'an, it's perfect, I want to apply, and all the things we just discussed. How do I know? Listen carefully. How do I know if an ayah entered my heart or not? Did I have tadabbur of this ayah or not? One of the ways to know is after you read this ayah, did you go and warn others about it? Did you go to your wife? The wife, did she goes to her husband? Did you gather the children? Oh my God, I read an ayah today. Where did this ayah come from? I have been reading the Quran for such a long time. That time you did not get it. This time you got it. Did you gather them and tell them, listen, Allahu Akbar, Allah said this and that. لا تأكلوا الربا, do not deal with riba. Subhanallah, I'm declaring war on Allah and His Prophet. No, we're stopping. What's the dalil? Listen to this. وَإِنَّهُ لَتَنْزِيلُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ نَزَلَ بِهِ الرُّوحُ الْأَمِينَ عَلَى قَلْبِكَ. And it is revelation from Allah. Jibreel came down with it to your heart, Ya Muhammad. For what? لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُنذِرِينَ. So you can be a warner. Not just take it and be quiet. Another dalil quickly because of the time. وَإِذْ صَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقُرْآنَ. And we have sent some people, some jinn to you, Ya Muhammad, to listen while you are reciting the Qur'an. فَلَمَّا حَضَرُوهُ قَالُوا أَنصِتُوا. When they were in the presence of the recitation, they told each other, أَنصِتُوا. Listen attentively, drop everything and concentrate. فَلَمَّا قُضِيَ وَلَّوْا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ مُنذِرِينَ. When the jinn came and listened attentively, They fulfilled the two conditions of the Qur'an. استماع and إنصات. إذا قرئ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا. They did both. So the Qur'an went into their heart. So immediately after they finished, they went back to their people, منذرين, warning them, إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به. We have heard something ajib, something very strange. It guides us to Allah Azza wa Jal. It guides us to the best. Immediately, لن نشرك بربنا أحدا. Immediately they took the decision, we're not going to commit any shirk. Another reason why I'm not understanding the Quran is because of my sins. When the sins I'm committing on a regular basis, they continue, they build a barrier. Because the heart, نزل به الروح الأمين على قلبك. The Quran, the way we understand and comprehend the Quran is through the heart. When I am committing a lot of sins, a blockage, a barrier will be built in front of the heart. كلا بل ران على قلوبهم. Their hearts become rusty because of all the sins. You hear the Quran, you listen to the Quran, you read the Quran, nothing is happening. Check your sins. Check your sins. They are the reason why you're not contemplating on the Quran. سأصرف عن آياتي. I will not make the person who has arrogance in his heart understand my verses. That's a sickness of the heart. Clean it first and then approach the Quran. وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ ذُكِّرَ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِ فَأَعْرَضَ عَنْهَا وَنَسِيَ مَا قَدَّمَتْ يَدَاهُ إِنَّا جَعَلْنَا عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ أَكِنَّةً أَن يَفْقَهُوهُ. And who is more unjust than a person who was reminded about the verses of Allah? My brother, fear Allah and leave the riba. My brother, fear Allah and stop selling haram. Who is worse than this person who has been reminded of the verses of Allah and he said, leave me alone? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I put a barrier on his heart. قلوبهم أن يفقهوا. That means the understanding of the Quran is from the heart. So if I want to understand the Quran, I want to ponder upon the Quran, first I have to warn others when I understand one ayah. And second, I have to be myself applying and staying away from any sin. My brothers and sisters, let's beg Allah Azza wa Jal on this blessed day of Friday to make our hearts receive the Quran and make our minds apply the Quran.
Are you sick of haram content popping up on YouTube and social media? Well, we have a solution. Check out the One Islam TV app featuring music-free Islamic content. Check it out by downloading from these platforms or visit www.oneislam.tv.